I joined the film really helped me play the character, because I was stressed and I barely slept, and it was just really intense. But then again, the character is going through a really similar situation. Like,
Hello, Amber. How is your health?
hi, I am really good, thank you. How are you?
Fine. Thank you for the opportunity. Welcome to the program. It's an honor to have you on the show, Jhon Jatenjor interviews.
Thank you for having me.
Okay, my first question is very, very important. Describe your experience in the film Dangerous Game. I was your debut in the cinema. Tell me about that.
Yes, so I play Alice in Winnie the Pooh, Blood and Honey, and it was one of my favorite filming experiences. I had so much fun on set, and it's amazing to see. I've been to see the film 5 times in cinemas now, and sometimes people knew I was there, and sometimes I snuck into the back of the cinema and watched it without people knowing. And the audience reactions have been incredible. So it's so nice and heartwarming to see that people are having as much fun watching the film as I had making the film. And I feel very blessed to have played the character that I did. Alice is part of an LGBTQ plus relationship, and I think representation is really important on screen. So the whole experience for me was really wonderful.
I remember you also in film when
Yes.
Get Out. How do you envision the future of zombies?
Yes. So I'm really intrigued to see what happens. I love anything zombie related. Zombie films I think are great. I'm a big fan of The Last of Us at the moment, even though technically they're not zombies. But like with this film, I'm really intrigued because so many characters died, and I'm wondering, are they going to bring anyone back as a zombie? I think there's so many potential for zombies.
Are you the time to run or fight if a zombie apocalypse happens?
Okay, if a zombie apocalypse happens, I would have to fight. I can't run. I'm one of those people where I'm quite small and I'm quite short, so people underestimate me. So I would use that to my advantage. And like in the Winnie the Pooh horror film, I'm the only human character who successfully stands up to either Pooh or Piglet, and I'm the only one who really gets revenge. And that's kind of who I am in real life. If something bad happened, I would want to avenge that. So I would definitely fight in a zombie apocalypse. I would never run away.
Yes, the savior, Amber.
I would save you, don't worry.
Okay. My next question is interesting. How
Okay.
do you describe your character of Stacy in the short film Polterguys?
Oh, okay. Have you seen Poltergeists?
Yes, it's amazing. Your role is
Oh my
very
God,
crazy.
I love that film. So we had so much fun doing that film. That was quite a while ago now. It was really cool. I'm so pleased with how it turned out and with the special effects and the cast and crew, where we became a little family. And I love Stacey. I think she's great. There's so many people out there who are really skeptical, and sometimes she's skeptical, but I think she really believes in ghosts, and she wants to kind of prove that they're real, and she'll stop at nothing to make that happen. So I found a lot of similarities between myself and the character, because if I really believe in something, I will do everything I can to either, if it's a goal, I'll do everything I can to achieve that goal, or to learn what I want to learn, or, to find something out in that sense. So I really liked Stacey. She was cool.
The million-pound question. Who does love Stacy?
Everyone loves Stacey.
I love Stacy.
Thank you. I also love Stacey. She was very fun to play.
I remember you were Erica Turner in the film R.I.A.
Yes. Yes, I was. I was the presenter. Yeah.
Yes. My question is, how do you describe the future from your perspective in 2040?
Yep. So in the film.
Yes, in the film R.I.A.
So the film R.I.A., also called Override, was really interesting, and because it's set in the future. And the thing is, when we were filming and I was reading the script, I thought it was actually quite realistic to what I imagine the future is going to be like. So the future from my perspective in 2040, I think it's kind of similar to the film. I think we're going to have a lot of cyborgs, and there's a possibility, I think, that we could have robots living alongside us. We might have robots helping us around the house. I think there's going to be a smaller line between humanity and robotics. I reckon people will begin to kind of enhance their body with robotics, whether it's, for example, if someone lost an arm, having a robotic arm, or just general enhancements. I think in the next like 17 years, I have a feeling that technology is going to advance drastically, and I'm excited to see what happens.
Wow, his film is excellent. What technological breakthrough would you like to see happen?
So I think the one technological breakthrough that I'm really excited for, my background is in science. I went to university and studied theoretical physics, and I have a particular interest in nuclear physics, particularly nuclear fusion, which is, so at the moment we have like nuclear fission power stations, and there's a lot of radioactive waste that comes from that, and it can be quite dangerous. But nuclear fusion is completely clean and it's safe, and they've been trying to make the reaction so productive that we can use it as a fuel worldwide. Sorry, this is a very scientific answer. So my hope is that in the future, in the near future, hopefully they will be able to crack fusion in the sense that put in less energy than they get out. And that would mean that basically everyone on the planet has an unlimited amount of clean, very, very cheap fuel, energy, and electricity. So that's the technological breakthrough that I'm hoping for, because it would make energy and electricity accessible to everyone, even in like third world countries, which I think would just be incredible.
Wow, good answer. Great treat.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Woo!
My question is for horrors. Okay. How do you describe your role in the film Demons and Damn? Would you like do more satanic cool roles?
Yes. So I love satanic cult films. I think one of my favorites is, have you seen The Craft? The Craft I really enjoyed. I love satanic cult films. I think they're kind of like classics to me. And I really enjoyed doing Demons at Dawn. I really liked my character. She was great. So she's quite young, but she's been through so much. And she was kind of orphaned when she was a child, and she's been through a lot of trauma, and she's really strong, and the whole way throughout the film she's just fighting to get back with her sister again. She wants to save her sister. And what I liked about that character is the character felt very realistic and very authentic to me. And I think if I was in that scenario where I'd kind of been brought up by a cult, the way that my character acts in the film is how I would probably act in real life. So even though it was unrealistic in a sense that there was demons and all of these crazy things going on, I felt like the actual characteristics of my character were rooted in authenticity, which is really important, I think, as an actor.
I remember your role in film Intervention is amazing.
Yes, I loved Intervention.
It's very, very important. What could you learn from his character?
Yeah. So Intervention was such an interesting film to do. I was brought on very last minute. I think I actually replaced the previous actress who was meant to be playing my role, and I came on 2 days before we started filming. And the script was about 120 pages, and I was on screen every second of the film. So it was very intense. And I think the scenario in which I joined the film really helped me play the character, because I was stressed and I barely slept, and it was just really intense. But then again, the character is going through a really similar situation. Like, she's really sleep deprived and she's really stressed, and it's just very overwhelming. And I think what I learned from the character is to try not to judge people at face value. So in the film, there's a scenario where her friends are wishing her happy birthday, and most people would think this is fine, but it turns out that there was actually an ulterior motive there. And I think it was really interesting with how she read people, and it just taught me that, things aren't always how they seemed, and you don't know what people have been through, and people could have like a really traumatic backstory. And I think it's really great to just be caring and nice to everyone, because you don't know what they've been through. That was a long answer.
Good answer.
Good question as well.
Yeah. Thank you. There is another role of yours, Carmen. It can feel Minacius. Oof.
Yes.
Wow. Would you like to do more assassin roles in the future?
Yes, 100%. So I've done quite a few like assassin roles in the past, and they're so much fun because they're such powerful characters, and when someone's an assassin, normally they have some kind of similar background, but at the same time, people can come from so many different upbringings. But I feel like most of the assassins have similar qualities. So it's always interesting playing an assassin coming from a different background and seeing how they got to where they are to become an assassin. But it's a really fun role to play because obviously in real life, I'm not an assassin. So I love to play roles that are really far from myself because I feel like I get to really push myself as an actor.
Good as well. I understand yours is good. Other film, Return of Krampus, is a
Yes.
good Christmas horror film. What other urban legends would you like to play?
Ooh, so can it be like fairy tale characters? Okay, so when I grew up, I watched a lot of Disney films, but I also really enjoyed the Brothers Grimm. So for people who don't know, a lot of the Disney characters like Snow White, Rapunzel, Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, they were actually originally written by Brothers Grimm. And those stories were really dark. You know, they had very, very dark origins. So I think seeing those characters turned into like a horror film would be so much fun because you wouldn't have to push the stories too far to take them from where they were with Brothers Grimm into a horror scenario. So I think any of those characters, or, you know, like I said, the characters from the Disney films, like those Disney princesses, it would be really cool to see those characters in like a horror scenario. Like taking Winnie the Pooh and putting him in a horror scenario is so crazy, but I feel like it worked really well.
I want you to add beat the bizarre side of snow. Why in the films? What would you like to?
Yes, I would love to do that. I think out of all fictional characters, Snow White is my favorite because I have pale skin, blue eyes, dark hair. So when I was younger, everyone told me I looked like Snow White. And whenever we had like a movie day or a book day at school, I'd always dress as Snow White. And I think it would be really, really fun to play, like you say, like a bizarre version, you know, like a horror version, and just really see like different sides to her personality that we haven't seen in the Disney films. I would love that. That would be amazing.
Oh,
Fingers crossed one day.
uh, by the way, you were fantastic in the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey.
Oh, thank you so
Uh,
much.
what what can when we learn from the Alice in this history?
So, like I was saying earlier, Alice is a really important character in the film, I think, because she brings representation to the story in a really authentic way. She's in a same-sex relationship with another woman, and at the beginning of the film, Alice's main focus is making her partner feel comfortable because Alice has been in same-sex relationships before, but her girlfriend hasn't. So it's very new to her, whereas Alice is very secure in her sexuality. So that's her focus at the beginning of the film. And then we see in the trailer that Piglet kills Alice's girlfriend, and Alice kind of does a 180. And now her focus is to avenge the death of her girlfriend and get revenge on Piglet. And I think she goes through a really nice journey in the story because at the beginning, she's quite vulnerable and she's always on the back seat, kind of looking after her girlfriend. And as soon as her girlfriend is gone, she becomes very powerful and strong and brave. And I think it's a really, really nice journey to have had the opportunity to play on screen. And I just love that she manages to get revenge on Piglet. That made me so happy. And it was my favorite scene to film. It was so much fun.
I'll be honest, I'm going to learn her learning role in the next Mosaic film.
Yes, Mosaic was a lot of fun to film. It's really cool because it's an anthology, so it's lots of little short films that make up a feature-length film. And the short film that I was in was called Can't Bear It, and it revolves around a teddy bear, and again a female-female relationship, and again bringing representation to the screen, which I love. And that was really fun to film, and it was kind of a crazy one because it's not often that you get to shoot a film where there may potentially be a killer teddy bear. So I'm very excited for people to see that one, and I hope you enjoy it.
I'm so looking forward to the Big Cats film. You have amazing links. I'm lucky.
Yes, so I've worked with that production company, Black Coppice Films, and the producer is Chris Sanders. I've worked with him on Demons at Dawn, where I played one of the lead roles, and The Haunted Studio. again, where I played a lead role, and now I'm taking a smaller role in The Big Cats, which I'm really excited about. And he's told me already about the scenes that we're going to be filming, and I'm going to be playing a first AD, which is one of the crew members that you have. They kind of run the film set. They're in charge of everything, and I'm really excited because I've never really played a crew member before. If I've ever played like a filmmaker, it's normally a cast member, so acting as an actor. So it's going to be really interesting to act as a non-actor, if that makes sense. But I'm looking forward to it.
Wow. I didn't know it's but you're starring in some bikini. Congratulations. Yay!
Thank you so much. So that's going to be an amazing film. It's about zombies in bikinis. It's a horror comedy. It's going to be great fun. The script is so funny. That's with Silent Studios, and I've worked with them on a couple of films before, and they're just fantastic. You know, the shoots are really good fun. They're such a lovely, lovely group of people, and like I said, the script is it's really funny, and I know that when the film comes out, it's going to get a lot of laughs and it's going to look amazing, and we're going to be filming it on a beach at some point this summer, so I'm really looking forward to start filming that one.
Thank you, girl.
I feel very lucky with these roles.
Yes. The last question. How do you build the psychology of his character in the short film Assassin? Wow.
Yes. So the short film Assassin was probably one of the first acting roles that I did, and I really enjoyed it because it was so challenging. So in the film, the world has basically got to this point where they need to decrease the population, and everyone has this like watch, like a wristband, with a list of names on it, and basically you have to find the name and kill them before they kill you. And then when there's one like name left, the bracelet is kind of it detaches and you're free to do what you want. But it's just crazy because it's a kill or be killed scenario. So I watched a lot of films from other assassins, but also a lot of like apocalyptic films, because I feel like my character in Assassin is in a situation where she really has no other choice. You know, she's not a killer. She's never killed anyone before. You know, she's just a young woman. But if she doesn't do her job and take off these names on that watch one by one, then she's going to die herself. So it's kind of like a battle of the fittest, you know, to survive. And that was a really interesting one. And I feel like she was a really complex character.
My last question. How do you define your work in one word?
My work?
Yes.
Oh, as in I identify as an actor, but I hope that my work is moving. I think that's what we want to do as an actor. I personally want to star in films, and I want to play roles that move people, whether it's playing a role that you can relate to, or having a personality trait or a characteristic that makes you feel something, makes you feel an emotion, or maybe my character does something in a film which inspires someone to do something. You know, I just want people to be moved by my work. And then if that happens, then I know that I've done my job well. That's all I can hope for.
Bravo, bravo, Amber.
Yay! Jhon.
Leslie, tell us your social media, networks, greetings from Colombia. The camera is yours, Amber. Amazing. Thank you.
Thank you so much. So all of my social media is the same. If you just search my full name, which is Amber Doig-Thorne, you'll find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, Snapchat, Facebook, Twitter, all of the social media. So I post on there quite a lot, and I try to respond to all of my comments and all of my messages. So if you want to say hello, send me a message and I'll try to respond.
One last message for the new generation.
Yes. So for anyone who wants to get started in acting, I would say follow your passion. And if you have the passion for acting, don't let anyone tell you that you can't do it. It is a tough industry and it takes a long time to get your first break, but it is so worth it. Like, the response that we've had from audiences watching Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey is amazing. And every day people send me videos of a crowd like reacting to my acting in the film, and it gives me goosebumps and I feel so honored. So it's definitely worth it. You know, just keep going, be persistent, be proactive, do everything you can to get as much experience as you can, and you will make it. It might just take time, but you will make it. It was so nice talking to you. Thank you so much for inviting me to do this interview.
Thank you for the opportunity. Thank you for the patience, my English.
It's okay. Your English is good. It's good.
I
Yes.
understand me?
Yeah, it's good. I understand you.
I try day.
You're
Okay.
doing a great job.
Okay. Thank you for the opportunity. Good Sunday. Go with. God bless you. Hughes.
Thank you. God bless. Take care. So lovely to meet you. Thank you for your time.
Take your time. Bye bye.
Bye.